Hello, lovelies. Good evening. Christina here. How's everybody doing? I know there's only a couple of people there right now, but thank you very much for tuning in. Oh, what an interesting day, in a way. If any of you tuned in this morning, first of all, you know what? I actually need to do a check because I don't know. Okay, I see a couple people on there right now. I'm going to go to chat. And first, I need you guys to tell me how my sound is and how it's coming across because the internet has not been the greatest. So I'm going to do that first before I really get started. So if anybody, I'm going to go to the chat, see if anybody's there. Where is the chat? There it is. So anybody wants to let me know how it is, I would really appreciate it before I start carrying on. And then you tell me that, oh, it's terrible. Okay, let me go see if anybody's in the chat. All right. Now tell me actually how my stream is. Oh, my stream is okay, it says. Okay. Not bad, not good, it's okay. But then, oh, hello, Stone Cold. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. All right. Let me get back to my Hangout. Just let me know if it goes wonky at all. It's not that I have any control over this here. As I say, here in Mexico, even though I have the top of the line or the best internet that you can get, it's just a high season and it's just on overload. So it happens on our phones, it happens on our internet. Actually, yesterday after I got off, I knew it wasn't just me because I couldn't really, it was just constantly buffering. And so I just kind of gave up and went off the computer. So hopefully it's much better right now. So hello, how's everybody doing? So as I was about to say, this morning I did a quick little test and I came on and I picked the card for the day. This is my intuitive chat, just so you know. Not really the creator gathering. I am going to do that, though. I'm going to pick another night to do that because I really enjoy that. But this is my intuitive chat, more of what I do. Whereas if you want to come on and send me a message and I'll pick a card for you and maybe do a little intuitive reading, or maybe you could ask me some sort of spiritual or metaphysical question. I'll see what I can intuit for you. But so the card that I picked this morning was a subtle frequency. And I have to say, from my perspective and my experience for the day, it was a day where I could really feel a lot going on. Sometimes, I mean, there's always different kinds of frequencies going on, energies that are happening. And some of them are more obvious and some of them are not. Some of them are very subtle. But even within that subtleness, there is a degree where it could be stronger or even more subtle that you don't really notice things. Well, today I noticed a lot of things because I'm an observer. I'm an observer of myself and I'm an observer of my environment, the external world, things around me. And in my body personally, I really felt that this was a day that I had to sort of just take it somewhat easy, not focus on things too much. I did a little bit here and there that I needed to do, but I didn't put all of my energy into that. I just felt that I sort of needed to just step back, relax, and observe. And it's interesting because the external world around me was very active. There was a lot going on. And if you pay attention to your environment, there's always signs speaking to you. Cosmically, whatever that may be. Most people don't pay attention to this. They don't have awareness of that. And some people do. I noticed, for example, today, there were a lot of sirens. Now, for us on a metaphysical level, it's always some sort of indication in the cosmos of some type of emergency, whether it's there's actually something going on, or it's speaking, it's mirroring back something within us that we need to pay attention to, that really needs to look at. And I really felt it was in the physical body today. So there were a lot. of sirens, a lot of ambulances, a lot of dogs barking. And we have a lot of dogs in this neighborhood anyways. Everybody has a dog. I have cats. And they were just like going crazy. I don't even know what they were. Half the time they're going crazy when another dog walks by or a person. But it was just constant. But then there was a very interesting thing was there were a lot more birds for several hours in my back patio, and there were different ones, and I could tell, singing, very, very different. Now birds deal with frequency. So there were some new ones there that I hadn't heard before. And so I was really listening to them. And, but there was a lot. It sounded like there was like 50 birds in my back patio there for a long time. There was just sort of other kind of little chaotic kind of senses going on around there. And I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to stay in today, do a few things, and not focus on too much, right? Is there anybody here that maybe had any sort of, or wants to share, something today, or anything that they felt was happening that maybe they don't understand? Or if they tuned into my earlier little message where I said, this is the card, subtle frequency. Did you pick up on anything? Feel free to share if you want to. I'm just going to open it. Hello. Hi, sweetie. Hello. Hi, Michelle. Age gracefully. Please check her out. Anybody who hasn't so far. I can feel you. Actually, as soon as I saw you, look, can you see this? Where's the camera? Goosebumps. Because you have such beautiful energy. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I actually do have somebody that's going to come on soon. I hope that she comes in. And I'm going to do actually a little live reading with her, card reading. You fell asleep. That's okay. Did you just do a live stream? Was that, because then I went back to see if it was there. I saw your little trailer for it. Yeah, so I couldn't see if it was actually an uploaded or recorded live stream or not. Anyways, a mix and mingle, that's a really good thing. And hopefully you join me again real soon. You can come on with me if you want. I'm just waiting for, hello, Riff. Hello, hello, hello. You guys, I really appreciate you being here. I know that you just showed up the other day because Coach Eli was on here and you supported me, but I'm so delighted that you came back. I don't know if this is, if I'm, what I'm going to chat about is of any interest, but maybe. I trust that you're here for some reason. What? What? You went live and you were sleeping? They saw you sleeping? What, you're like doing like a Big Brother thing? You're kidding me. No way. How long did you leave it running for? Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. That's funny, but hey. So you deleted it, right? Because I didn't see it. I didn't see it. It's like my video yesterday. No, I went into town, with some friends, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna live stream from there. Now that I'm kind of over my little bit of shyness of doing a live stream and just sitting here talking mostly to the screen, but to you guys, I thought I'm gonna live stream for there because so you could just see where I live. I live in a beautiful place. Okay, and we were going to go see this flamenco band at one of the restaurants here. They're amazing. I'm actually putting together little videos because the live stream did not work. It just kept saying bad connection, and you can see that it uploaded like a 6 or 7 second little video of me saying oops, Puerto Vallarta. Like I don't even know why I was even saying that. Maybe I was saying oops because I was standing over by the rail and holding my phone and like, you drop it into the ocean, that would be the end of it. So I just kind of left it there because it had a whole bunch of views. I was like, all right. So what I decided to do instead was just record where we were with my phone and make little videos. So I'm going to put that together as like a whole bunch of pieces, together and make a little stream there. And I'll either upload it or I might even put it on a live stream and just let it play. Because as you know, live stream is the way to go. And if you've got people watching, I mean, yesterday, I did 2 2 live streams, and they were crappy, but it accumulated, and it was very short. They were both short, and accumulated both of them accumulated to 20 hours of watch time. You know, I mean, and the previous 2 that I did accumulated to, all 4 of them were 50 hours of watch time. So this is the way to go. But I understand a lot of people are not comfortable with doing that. Oh, okay. What are your thoughts on when you're asleep, but you can't move, but you hear things like the TV in the background and you try to open your eyes, but you can't? Well, I can take that 2 ways. Just let me check, because I think I'm going to have somebody come into the room at about 10 minutes after the hour here. There's 2 ways that I can look at that. Let me go first. You're actually not in the deep REM state. So you're sort of in between, where you have an awareness of in the dream time, but you also have awareness in the physical still. But yet you are asleep. You just haven't gone deep into the REM levels. So there's that. Now, let me ask you, did you have any feeling of maybe, and think about this because you might not have noticed that at the moment, but did you have any feeling that when you couldn't open your eyes, of maybe it being an energy that maybe was preventing that? I mean, that's the other way. I'm not saying that that's what it is, because that's a whole different path to go down, but I'm just asking. Ooh, what's the yes? Okay, I'll get to you in a minute, Riff. What's the yes to, honey? Michelle? Yes, yes. Okay. Oy. Yes, yes, you felt an energy that was kind of stopping you from opening your eyes? Is that what you're saying? Well, okay, we can, you're gonna have to elaborate on that, because everything is energy, and there's all kinds of energy. So you might have to be a little bit more explicit, or not, or how does it feel? Put it this way, how does it make you feel? Because your body knows something that is either feels good or doesn't feel good. Your body does not lie, does not know how to lie. It's like when you get goosebumps, or, you know, tingles up your spine or something, that's actually confirmation of truth, because body only knows truth. Or if you're speaking a truth that's in alignment with, you know, the other realms or divine truth, or whatever, however you want to term it. So you don't like it. Okay. Yeah, that's a whole different way to go. Well, I don't know if you really want me to tune into that here right now, or I could do that with you separately, because that it is also part of my work. The name of my channel is Pristine Space. It's also metaphysical hype, in a sense, to just chat about everything metaphysical. Well, not everything. in the area that I'm, you know, more in tune with. But Pristine Space, how that came about, had to do with clearing spaces, like houses as well as people, but they're houses from any kind of entities, negative energies, ghosts, psychic impressions, things that people get it, like even objects have things that are attached to them. So we'd have to explore that a little bit more. So I just wanted to get an idea of more or less what you think what you're feeling. Okay, so maybe you want to explore that a little bit offline. Though I did have a thought at some point, I might just do a show once I get a little bit out there, a little bit more, and connect with people, and they feel comfortable with me, and, you know, kind of have some trust in that, you know, I could maybe offer to do some tuning in on that, and clearing sessions and what I do. But I'm going to wait a little bit before I do that with my viewers. So let me go and check and see whether or not Lisa has come on yet. Nope, not yet. Hopefully I'll hear her when she comes in the room, because I'm trying to just stay in the chat and connect with you all. All right. You know what, Riff? In certain ways there is, because remember, well, I don't know if you're aware of this, but let me share my knowing and understanding is that there's always perfection within the chaos, and chaos is only that which you have yet to see the perfection within it. So it's always going to present itself as looking chaotic. So, well, there is and there isn't. You know, there is because we're going through so many changes right now on so many levels that things will look chaotic because it's starting to dig deeper. It's starting to trigger things that either have been hidden, not expressed, need to be looked at. Let me ask you, for you, what do you perceive to be chaotic? You know, what do you perceive to be chaotic? Now, if anybody wants me to pick a card for them, just let me know. I can do that individually, and kind of it's more of a, if anybody is new here, these are my own cards that I made. They're called Mystic Musing, and I've created my own digital art on them of the word. It's actually literally I do write it with the software that I use, and I create sort of like a weave abstract art, and they maintain their own frequency, and so I use them as a contemplation for people and hopefully inspiration. So if anybody wants me to pick a card for them, just let me know. I think we're in a lag right now. How am I doing here on the Hangout? Yes, you can do a card anytime you want to. You know what I mean? Whatever you feel. Though at the same time, I would say, though, don't discard the card that I picked for you 2 nights ago, because it's still something there for you maybe to look at. If you feel, okay, well, I've already looked at that, then, let me give you another one. But sometimes they build upon each other also, right? So certainly I can pick you another card if you want. Okay. All right. All right, let me pick a card for Age Graceful, and then I'll go to your question, Reef. Okay? First of all, then tell me where you live also. The sound is perfect. Thank you, Steve. All right. All right. Let me pick a card. I'm going to tune into you, Michelle. And your mother makes her presence known. Boy, she's interesting. Oh. Ooh. I have goosebumps, actually. All right. So this is your card that I picked. Now, I don't have the camera right in front of me, so... Oh, here it is. Can you see the card? It says infinite expression. Can you see it? Infinite expression. So what I'll share with you is when I made these cards. Now, first of all, there's the deck. Each one I tuned into, and I listened to which word or words were to be part of this deck. Okay, like they were the frequency. I just tuned into it, and what came, I trusted, and that's how I made the deck of cards. So infinite expression to me, for me, when I get it here and there, is that I need to tune into myself, into my true self, to my divine self. I need to tune into that more and to start expressing that more, not just the surface self, okay? The deeper self, the true self. I'm going to say the God self, because we are all that. And whatever you want to call it, and if you believe it or not, doesn't matter. There is a divinity within all of us. And so that needs to be expressed more. But first, you kind of need to journey there. You need to journey to that. and start opening to it. And there's no, you know, specific time, there's no rush, there's no certain way. You have to, only you know that. So I would say you need to tune in more to who you truly are, which I think that you're doing, but maybe we just need to go a little bit deeper and start to express that. So I'm just trying to see if there's anything that I can get to about what you said happened to you when you fell asleep. Because I'm feeling that's a little something different, where there's probably some clearing that needs to be done there with some energies that might be in your space. Because that could be also obscuring your vision, you know, to see something. And this is, again, very metaphysical, not just on a physical level. Yes, it might affect the eyes, but I think it's more than that. And since you're telling me that you've had this sensation or, you know, feeling or awareness of energies for most of your life or all the time, then there's something there. Okay. And you know what? I feel, okay, great. I feel that that's something that, because you did say to me you would like to do more work. Hello, chaos candle. Okay, well, that's interesting. Interesting. All right, I want to go back to Riff. Riff, where do you live? Just to give me a little, because I mean, what you're saying there is happening in a lot of different places around the world. So possibly I could get a sense of the area you're in. Okay. I just got to go make a quick check and see where my friend client who is going to, well, you live in Detroit. Where does Riff live? Where does Riff live? I'm just going to go check and see where my client person is going to join me today. Where is he? But please, let me know. Okay, let me go back over here. Riff, are you still there? Okay. I mean, I've been to Detroit. I actually worked in Michigan for a while years ago. I was sent there from the company that I worked with in Toronto a long time ago, many years before I started being a gypsy and going to different places. Ooh. So in Detroit, there's a lot of energies there, believe me. I wasn't working in Detroit, but I had to drive through it to get to where I was going. He lives in Australia. Ooh, how nice. Any particular part? Why is he gone? Is Riff not there anymore? He left. You have to bear with me. Like, I've got this on slow so that I can see your messages. I know you guys talk amongst yourselves, but so I might have to go back and look. Okay, you live in Australia. Well, I don't know. I don't know a lot of Australia. I've never been there. I want to go there. In your community. Well, what is happening? Because everything is always showing you something. What exactly is happening? Are you fighting about what? Politics? Or are you literally talking about like violence in the streets or neighbors fighting? What exactly? Anything specific you can say? Because there's things happening everywhere. But you know what? Each place is different, has a different vibration. You know, everywhere the collective consciousness is formed. You know, and people live where they most resonate with at the time. You know, and that again is multi-leveled, but there's a resonance. There's always a reason for wherever you are. You know. Hello, Denise. So I'd like to know a little bit more. Okay. Oh, I see. It's a little. All right. No, she hasn't responded. So let's see. Okay. Maybe she hasn't figured it out because she's just on her phone. All right. Well, we'll see if she shows up. South of Sydney. Hmm. Wait, is it political or is it something else? I'm not a political person, but I do understand that what is happening out there is just a reflection of what's going on within us and also what needs to come to the surface. So there is a lot of, well, that's cool. Newtown, Connecticut. It's nice to know where everybody's from. Think about this. If you guys, I don't know how, open you are, but I mean, you're here for a reason, even if you're just to check me out and whiz in and whiz out. But I don't know how open you are to um, things metaphysically or esoterically or just, spiritually. It's all spiritual. But um, just by who's here right now connecting with me, we've kind of like created this stream of energy. And if you could actually see it, which seers can, um, you would see how we're connecting each other. See, goosebumps. In that way, I can just feel your energy. Debates, attacking each other's character, pettiness. Okay, so now number one, is this first of all happening in your own household? And are you just seeing that happening a lot in your neighborhood? Is it showing that in the news? Is your town, is it a small town? I know you said it's on the East Coast. I don't know if that's a small town or a big town. Let me ask you a question, Riff. Where do you think you fit into that? Since you live there and you are observing this, are you participating in any way, even just within your own life, like within your own home, or maybe just with yourself? Because it's one thing to have an awareness of it, but it's usually showing you something that still may exist within inside yourself. It doesn't mean it will be like as chaotic or crazy or whatever that's happening out there, but there's something that's still within there. Because first of all, you live there. So there's a collective consciousness on some level that you're connected. Actually, I'm starting to, the thing about today's card that I picked earlier, subtle frequency, for me personally, it means that not just the usual frequencies or energies or things that I feel around me, this level, other levels, it means the subtle frequencies are maybe vibrating a little bit higher because they want to get noticed, they want to be observed. So it can feel a bit chaotic in the body. You might feel some people who don't know how to deal with it will be very tired and they'll want to go to sleep, because that's the way their body has to deal with it. Okay. Hello. Hello. Okay, you provided some momentary comic relief. House of. All right. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah. So sometimes it's pretty heavy duty, right? And some people don't know how to deal with it. Okay, I get that. I totally get that. Why are you crying? Are you laughing? No, I just saw the name and it was just funny. So maybe it's not meant to be funny, but it is funny. And I'm going to take it that way because I'm not going to, unique channel name, Pristine Space. Thank you. It's basically because that's what I do in a way. What was I saying? Okay, so getting back to that. Though, you must be feeling it affecting you. Do you see yourself at sometimes maybe expressing that kind of an energy? Because if it's around you, then you have to have, and this is not a judgment, or I don't even view negative, I don't view anything negative or positive, just view it as it is, and it has a purpose until we get it. So you're there. There's got to be something that you have a resonance with. And that might be something you won't get right now. You just maybe have to sit and contemplate on that and see, you know, what it's showing you. Would you like me to pick a card for you, Riff, and maybe just give a little nudge as to what might be speaking? Yes or no? For new people here, if you would like me to pick a card for you, it's a contemplation or maybe an inspirational card, just to give you a little message today. Let me know. Just say yes. Pick a card for me. They're waiting. I can feel them vibrating. Just so you know that I can be very serious with messages and things that come across, but I also approach them also with humor and gratitude. Oh, I think she's having problems coming on, so that's okay. Oh, wait a minute. Here's a message. I think she's having problems. I gotta check. Let me come in. Yeah. Okay. Well, the thing is, and that's okay. That's okay, but it's your attitude about it that speaks volumes, and it's how you approach it, right? And how you speak up about it. As long as you're not, further fueling the fire or creating more conflict there. Okay. So I'm noticing, and it makes sense, but I have to remember this because I'm just like talking to the computer and not actually, face to face or voice, that there is a lag here. So I have to get used to this. So bear with me, guys, because sometimes I'm thinking that you're not hearing me. Okay. All right. Now, let me ask you a question. Is this your real name, Riff? Even though I can tune into you more energetically, I just want to know if this is your real name. Ooh, it says my stream is good now. That's great. Now, see, how long have we been on? We've been on for, how long have we been on for? 20 minutes, 25 minutes? I don't know how long we've been on. I can't even see the time. But then again, I'm in timelessness. I have no idea how long we've been on. Half an hour, if that. Oh no, it's 10:32. Yeah, it's only been on half an hour. So it tells me that this half an hour, I've already accumulated 3 hours of watch time. All right, Riff. All right. Oh, actually, there's one. Oh my. There's one that it just yes, Steve. I know you would know exactly how long, but thank you very much. Okay, so okay, 2 times. I got it. All right. Well, this card actually did kind of pop out. It got stuck in my hand while I was doing it. But I'm gonna have to tell you though, this is probably a very esoteric card in a sense. And the card is, you can see it. Wait a minute, let me go look at my thing so I can see whether you guys can see this or not. I need to get another computer so I can have 2 going. Oh yeah, you can see it. All right, it's not backwards, right? So the card is pulsating oneness. This is a very deep card. And it might not be where you normally operate from in consciousness, but on some level you do because you asked for a card. So you can contemplate on that, the whole purpose of these cards. Your real name is Socrates? Okay. Are you Greek? So pulsating oneness. First of all, we are all one. We are unique beings within that oneness. And the pulsating part for me, when I made this card, I felt that we had to feel that oneness, not just say, oh, I understand when people say, oh, this is oneness, and oh, yes, we're all one, and da da da. No, you need to feel it. So in relation to what you're asking, even though it looks very chaotic, within that is perfection. There's always a bigger picture to things, always. It's never like this. And so when you start to see the bigger picture, then you see the interconnection of it. So if I say to you, you've got to look beyond what is appearing, okay? Because then you can see better. You can see much more of what's going on. Whether you understand it all, that's not important right now, but you'll be able to see more. And then you start to see where you fit in that picture, okay? And why you're even there, why you're even experiencing it. Why is it even having an effect on you? Because you're still in that. The oneness still exists. It's always pulsating. But a lot of people are closed off from that. My sister-in-law is Greek. Oh my God, I used to. No, I don't want to make a fool of myself because I used to say, how do you say? Oh my God, no, I'm not even going to try to say it, but because I haven't seen them for a while. But hello, how are you? Or when you greet someone. No, I'll probably make a fool of myself saying, but do you speak Greek? Well, of course, if you're born in Greece, you speak Greek. And you moved to Australia. How nice. So does any of that make any sense to you? Really, you need to contemplate more on that. And maybe in all of this craziness that is appearing to you right now, you just need to look a little bit further and see where your place is in that, why you're there, and maybe what your role is there. If it's not just for yourself, but maybe it's for your community. Maybe I don't know what it is you do, but maybe there's something there that you need to maybe actively participate in more in an authentic way, but coming from a different attitude that's you see happening around you. All right. Okay, give me a couple of minutes here. I'm going to send a message to the person that's going to meet me here online and see if she is still going to join. Anybody else want me to pick a card? So you're in Australia. That means it's morning. Is it morning there for you? I think I've discovered that I need to be doing this in the evening because there is a lot of activity around where I am, and it's more because I don't really go out a lot at night that this is probably the best time for me to do it. And I think I'm going to do this at least 2 or 3 times a week, and then I'm going to set up one day to have other YouTube creators come on so we can get to know each other a little more and to also let them talk about their channels. So I think Sunday might be a good day for that. I'm going to send a message out to a few others or whoever's here right now, some YouTube creators that are also maybe my subscribers or some new people. Welcome. Just let me know if you want to come on and chat and share and get to know each other better. Okay, I'm gonna go back over here to the chat. Okay. So you're a Reiki master? And paganism. Good. Okay. Well, then that's, this is also why you're more observant. And that's why you also can feel the energy much more, especially if you're working with an energy. I am a Reiki master as well, but I don't practice that anymore. I practice another modality, but it is actually much more evolved than Reiki, but whatever people feel to use. And it is an energy-based. Reiki is a physical energy-based modality, and so you're feeling things. I totally get it. And having said that, you can. Oh, it's afternoon. Okay, things are even more heightened. They can be more heightened for you. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like today with the card saying subtle frequency, sometimes it may be subtle frequency you need to pay attention for yourself to tune into something, or it's a day where things are more heightened in a sense, and those subtle frequencies are heightened. And sometimes they appear as chaotic, and sometimes they just appear as a greater awareness to the infinite oneness. All right, so we still have several people here. Don't be shy. Ask me a question. A spiritual, anyway. Spiritual, metaphysical. I hope I didn't. I'm going to go back and see if I missed anybody asking me a question. Age graceful. Did you fall back asleep? Because you're an hour ahead of me. I know you get up early, so maybe you're gone off. And that's okay. Who else is there? I don't. Denise. Denise, are you still there? She's in Newtown, Connecticut. I've never been to Connecticut. Have I? No. I've been to New York. You're just listening. Okay. I've been to New York, Michigan. Maybe I drove through it because I did do some driving in the States a while back. I'd like to see this whole planet if it's possible. I know it exists within us, but at the same time, I love this earth very, very much. Very much. And the beauty to me that exists is just, I don't know, I don't have words. And I always love to go to new places. I have to say where I am right now, I have a great affinity with it. I think it's very beautiful. I used to think that the reason, you're welcome. Thank you so much for sharing, or Socrates. Thank you so much. I used to think that maybe it was just kind of past life and the beauty, the ocean and the mountains and greenness and everything. But I started thinking about the ley lines, and I was wondering about the ley lines here. Because I know when I lived in Baja North, there was a couple of ley lines there, and one of the holistic hospitals is built on a ley line. And so I started to do a little research here the other day to see about ley lines, and I learned that there's 12 ley lines in Puerto Vallarta alone, and each the ley line, when it meets the next ley line, creates a vortex, an energy vortex. And so there's actually 12 of them that run up from the south to the north of Vallarta. And just a little, it's still it's not right in Vallarta, it's a little bit north, but it's still the same, it's still the same state, or does it go out into Nayarit? Anyways, it's within this area. And so it creates 12 vortexes. And that actually the 12 ley lines and vortexes kind of take Vallarta off of the grid. And so this is, a lot of people come here, like artists and healers and shamans and musicians, and a lot of people come here. They don't really know. They think, oh, it's just beautiful and there's so much to do and I love it, and they stay. But this is a lot of the big reason. A lot of people here come and they feel at home, they feel peaceful, they have fun. And if you're not open to that, then your stuff's going to be in your face in that way. But now I understand. Brian, hi, Brian. Yesterday there was like 3 Brians on. That was amazing. And out of like 6 people that were on, 3 of you were Brian. All right, Brian, I pick a card for you, certainly. All right. You have a brother? Oops. Oh, wow. All right. Well, this one just flew out of the thing. I don't know if you can see that. It flew out of the deck. Interesting. Another very deep esoteric card. All right. This is blossoming. This is the written words. I actually write these words, and that's what I create with this program I use. So, blossoming revelations. Yes, you can be next. Yeah, thank you. I love participation. Blossoming revelations. Now, you can take that on a linear level or a surface level and say, oh, okay, is there something I need to figure out here or something I'm going to learn? You could, but I would take it deeper, that there's revelations, things within yourself that are going to start awakening. And blossoming, as you see, they start to unfold, right, and blossom into a beautiful whatever. So in that blossoming, there will be revelations, whether it's to learn more about yourself or whatever else may be going on in your life. So, and that could be in any way. Could be in a relationship, could be in your family, could be in your work. Or a project or something that is you're doing. Intentions. Well, do you have anything that you intend right now? Because revelations are things that come to be known, that you learn. Okay, so your intuition, is it blossoming? Is that what you're feeling? That one's even more of a deep card, I think, because that can open you up to several things, because it's not revelation, it's revelations. Sigils. Brian, who are you? You know about sigils? Okay. You're not an Alman student, are you? Sigils. Oh, just so you know, I do sound healing also. I should tell you guys this. So I might start whistling. And whistling actually for me is a frequency work. So it helps me to bring forth more information at times, or sometimes it's to move something. So sigils. Okay, you can explain more about that. Let me pick a card for the house of, I'm going to say it in Spanish, pedos. Pedos. All right. This is for House of Pedos. Oh God, you guys are really picking some of the deeper cards, not just the, I don't know, not that they aren't all deep, but some of them are more than others. So this is the card for you. Flowering cooperation. Actually, I picked this card when I was doing the first live stream. Was it yesterday beforehand? Or maybe the day before. Yeah, it was the day before when I was on with Coach Eli. I picked this card before. Flowering cooperation. It's a bit of a tongue twister. Cool. Flowering cooperation. All right. So would you say that somewhere in your life, okay, two things. I'll look at it this way. Either somewhere in your life, you're participating in something, cooperating something where it's starting to, seeds have been planted and it's going to flourish. And if you aren't, then that looks like that's an intention. That's something there that might be starting to be created or to be created. And in that sense, there is cooperation, meaning there's maybe not just you, but also cooperating also with life. because everything plays a part. You're not disconnected really from anything, only what you perceive yourself or allow yourself to be disconnected from. So, and the flowering part is, is that it will grow, but you've got to nurture it. You have to nurture it. These are contemplation cards. So these are not going to give you all the answers. They are contemplation cards. So contemplate on flowering, cooperation. What do you want me to teach you about? Not really. Uh-oh. Sunshine is singing in the living room. So I have 2 cats, just so you know. Sunshine. When I don't pay her no mind, she's off in there being mischievous. My little princess. Teach you what? Why did you ask about that's insightful and trying to trust in the universe paths? Yeah, well, you and the rest of humanity. But yes, that's great. Your nickname is Sunshine? Oh, that's too funny. Come here, Sunshine. Come here. You want to be on? That's one of my cats. Sunshine and Violet. Okay, I think my friend client has not been able to get on because I don't see her. Oh gosh, I better go back and check. Keep forgetting I gotta go check the window, the hangout, to see if anybody's there. But I would think they would say hello. Oh, she wants to join us, so come on, come on, come on, come and say hello. Are you coming? You're gonna come and say hello? Come on, come on. Let's go. Come on. Usually you just jump up right away. Now you're like hesitant, like I don't know if I should jump up. Maybe she's playing a trick on me. Are you coming? She said, no, you're playing a trick on me. Come here. Come on, Sunshine. Come on. Oh, yeah. All right. Put nails in, though. All right, there we go. Say hi. Say hola. Say, look what I did to myself. I have a hole in my face. Oh, my goodness. Okay. See how nice? She likes this way. All right. There you go. She got to get into her little position. Oh, my goodness. My little OCD cat. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right. Hello, Dragon Song. Hi, how are you? Okay. My cat's names are Sabrina, Samantha, and Jinx. Oh, that's cool. You have 3. You have a trinity. I have Sunshine and Violet. They're sisters. They just turned 12 this month. They turned 12. They've been to a few different countries with me on my travels. My cats are not declawed, so I had 4, 1 passed. Oh, so sorry. You know, I'm very blessed. I've had cats all my life also, and they've been with me. Like I said, they've been with me for 12 years. Since they were 2 months old, I've had them. So they've lived with me in Canada, the States, and here in Mexico. But I have to say that they are very intuitive. Well, all cats are very, intuitive. They really are. Cats and crows are the mystics and seers of the world. So, and these 2 have been around a lot because of what I do, and I work from home. So they're always in this energy. Oh, no. They're going to knock us off. And we won't be able to talk to anybody. Steve, are you still there? Oh, you show me your pretty eyes. Can't really see in this light. Can you see in this light? Look up. Look up. Look up. Okay, Mamacita. Hi. Hi. So look what I did. I pulled my whisker out. Now I got a beauty mark. Got a beauty mark. Steve there. Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, I have an awareness and I can feel presences and I can feel energies and frequencies and all that kind of stuff. But these two, wow, especially this one, she's already paying attention. Okay, you know what we're going to do? I got this the other day. This is my little angel bell. I also going to call it my fairy bell. So, oops. I think I need to put it on a string because it's kind of hard. So I realized that it makes cats come also. Ding, 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 ding. This is my interdimensional bell. Ding, ding. Oh, no. Oh, okay. That's going to make you leave. Oh, Steve, would you like me to pick a card for you? I know you picked one yesterday. I don't remember what it was, though. No, I don't do tarot. No, I work more as an intuitive and as a metaphysical practitioner with the modalities that I work with. There are other cards. They're very esoteric cards. I've walked a path with a teacher for many, many years. Her name is Elmine. She's an international mystic, seer, teacher, author. I've been with her like about 19 years now. And so the tools that she brings forth are just so profound. Oh, wonderful. And so I work with those outside of myself. So no, I don't really do tarot cards. But there are these other cards, Divinity Quest cards, which are very profound cards. But for some reason, I think on my last trip, some of them are disappeared. So I've got to find them. Those are very, very deep cards. So I made my own cards. I don't know. Oh, thank you. I love you too. We must know each other. I have goosebumps. I made my own cards called Mystic Musing. So would you like me to pick a card for you, Dragon Song? Dragons are pretty amazing beings. There's somebody here that I know who has a dragon around him. I'm not gonna say. Oh, you want me to pick a card for you, Steve? Okay, let me pick a card for Steve, and then I'll pick a card for Dragon Song. How many cards are there, and what is your process for pulling them? I just shuffle and tune into the person. This card, I made 33 cards. And don't go off on that being anything Masonic, because 33 has some, and it does have a significance. But for me, it was just what I felt to make. So no, I just shuffle them and tune into the person. And then sometimes they just fly out themselves. They know who I'm tuning into, because your presence is here. Remember, you are a mighty being. Okay, so. Okay, so this one is coming out for you. Ooh, this one, oh, this one is for Steve. Steve, I know Steve. Okay, so this one is Celestial Unity, right? Celestial Unity. I think that you might be able to intuit that yourself, Steve. What that means to a certain degree, you know, especially what it is you're, you know, working on right now. For me, it's when I get this, even though I am already in a sense in tune with the celestial realms and the celestial beings, and I'm aware of their presence all the time. Sometimes it's quiet and sometimes it's much more obvious. So I'm very connected in that way. But plus the modality that I work with called Balvaspata means healing of the heart, and it's an angelic modality. So it works with a realm of angels specifically for Balvaspata. So I am always connected to them. But I think this is interesting for Steve. Okay. Dragon Song. Let's see. I'm sure there's a reason why you picked that name. Dragon Song. 3. No, what's that? Is that for your cats? 3 for your cats? Or is there another significance? Oh my goodness. Okay, yours just flew out onto the floor. Excuse me, I gotta go and retrieve it. Gotta go reach it. 3 kids. Okay. 3 kids, 3 cats. Oh, wonderful. Busy life. This is an interesting card, and I loved when I made this card. Actually, this card is Pristine Contribution. And if you didn't catch before, this is the written words. Actually, the program that I use, I actually write it, and then I enhance it. So it creates like a weave, and then I enhance it myself, digital art. So that's why I say attune to the frequency and contemplation of the card, because words have frequency, energy and frequency. And so this is the art of the written word of that. So pristine contribution. I would say this one is a pretty deep card for you to look at. It may be something that you're working on or involved in, or looking to be involved in, is a pretty magnificent thing, and that it's an important thing, but it's also to see it as being pristine, coming from the true essence of that and that which you're contributing, whether it's yourself or whatever it may be. This can apply wherever in your life. So these are cards that you contemplate, not me telling you. I'm not giving you not giving you answers or telling you everything. You really need to tune in. The whole thing about me, that what I want to connect with people is so that they start to hone into their own abilities, tap into those much more, and have a greater awareness, of themselves and life around you. So that's really what I just want to. That's my pristine contribution right now. If that's what I can do with people who tune in with me. Oh, my other girl just came, and she doesn't hardly ever come, but she doesn't let me pick her up very often. Hi, Violet. Do you want to come and say hello? Huh? You're the big girl. No, she doesn't like to be held, but she'll say hello quickly. Say hi. Look at your ears are down. She's like, no. She's my queen. She just comes and gives kisses and hugs, and then she goes away about herself. Right? All right. But no, I don't want to be picked up too much. How does that card feel? Dragon Song. Okay, I'm going to put this out there, because I really wanted to have somebody to come on here to chat with me. I enjoy being in the chat and answering the questions, but I was expecting a guest, and it would be nice to have somebody to come on. Maybe share a little bit about their spiritual life or spiritual feeling. Let's see. Now, today, the card was subtle frequency. That was in the morning, and I really felt that. I'm starting to feel some things dissipate that were a little bit kind of chaotic or heavy, or, just sort of hovering around. Let's see what might be the frequency right now. Well, there's many, but just to give us a sense of one. It's all multi-leveled. We can't get it all. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. I love this card, but whenever I see it, it's like there's something that maybe I'm, really need to focus on a little bit more in this regard. So the card, and I love this card too, how it just came out in the colors. See, I kind of pick some of the colors, and then when they create it and I enhance it digitally, and then it takes its own life and creates something, right? So this is mastering gratitude. So this is for all of us. Mastering gratitude. I think in that sense, this really speaks for itself, though some people might not really think about what does it mean to master it. Well, I think that it really just means to make that something that becomes part of your daily life, and then when you master it, it becomes, it has its own life within you, and you just genuinely and without thought, you just give gratitude to life, but give gratitude to yourself, but give gratitude to life, no matter how it appears. So, but first you have to see the gifts within all things, even in the chaos, to understand, to master gratitude. And I bet you Steve here could give a wonderful definition or expression or insight of mastering gratitude. Whether he'll do it or not, I don't know. But, oh, you love that card? Thank you. Well, you know what? Meditating is of course probably one of the best ways to be in tune. But that's to be in tune with yourself and to journey inward, because this is where life is. This is an external. This world is the external manifestation of in here. So you want to journey into self. And through meditation, this is what you do. But also, you can meditate anywhere. Nature is also where you find yourself. And, spend time in nature and try not to think about it so much. Don't try to each day, sometimes it's very different. We are dealing with a lot of different energies. We're dealing with a lot of levels right now that are coming up that need to be released, that need to be clear, that need to be let go, to be dissolved, because they just don't work anymore, Paradigm shifts. A lot of things are happening. And the more you just tune into yourself, the more you become aware of that. But then you also become more peaceful within what's taking place and kind of move through that, more gracefully. Okay. I guess she's not joining us. All right, that's okay. Any other questions? Don't be shy. I'm shy. So if I'm sitting here chatting with y'all, let's see, make sure I didn't miss any questions. Okay. Yeah, it's a beautiful card. It's a beautiful card. Mastering gratitude. Also. Does anyone want to share anything that might be sort of nagging at you right now? but I would come from a spiritual perspective of it, if you're open to that. Anything you want to share? The whole thing about this is intuitive chat, but it's not just me sitting here talking or doing cards. It's to really interact. This is what I want to do. This is what I do with my clients. And in that, sometimes, healing can take place just in the communication. So, of course, we want to explore deeper because we are, very multi-level beings. We have many aspects to us, many sub-personalities. There's much to us. We are, as Almin would say, we are a universe unto ourselves. So if each one of us is a universe, then whew, that's gigantic. You can't even begin to understand it all, but we can, tap into what we can at this moment. Seeing perfection in all at the moment, seeing how it serves you in whole, now focusing on solution and not problem, being aware of gifts of what happens, also being aware of how amazing it's, whether person, situation, and seeing how you was wrong in given situation. Okay, I thank you. I think part of that is to me, but because I do know Steve, just so you guys know, and I appreciate his support here. Yes, definitely. Seeing perfection all the moment, seeing how it serves the whole, focusing on the solution and not the problem, beware of the gifts of what happens. Yeah, I mean, that's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. What is spiritual contemplation? Well, what is contemplation to you? Because all things are spiritual. But if you want to just put it into perspective as just spirituality, tuning into the divine being that you are. And you may need to contemplate on that, because many people do not see that. A lot of people do not see that. If they did, we would not have the chaos. We would not have the fighting and the wars and the separation and the racism and all the things that exist. All of that really, 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 really at its core is just forgetfulness, forgetting that who you are. So contemplate on that. Everything is spiritual, no matter how it looks. You haven't been feeling well lately, physically. Okay, well, yes, that too, Brian, for sure, absolutely. Yeah, you got to get past surface mind. You got to get deeper. Out of linear mind, out of duality, out of polarity. I'm not saying disregard them, but you got to step out into the bigger picture, which is you in here. Dragon Song, well, first of all, I'm going to say that, see your physician if you need to, if you work with conventional medicine or traditional medicine in that sense, then check out there, make sure everything's okay. And if so, then I would say that you're not alone in this. We are all going through that. And I said a bit earlier, if you weren't here, a lot of the changes that we're going through on many levels and cosmically, a lot of people, the way they process it is through sleeping, and they feel very tired. And if your body is clearing, the organs are releasing emotions. This is a big thing. I'll probably do one show just on this, one chat on this. Releasing, deep-rooted emotions. The organs are releasing. A lot of that, it's detoxifying. Even if you're not aware of it, or if you're even participating in any way through your life, through how you're eating, or whether you're doing some kind of healing work or whatever it may be, body work, You know, your body has to go through a detoxification, a processing and integration. All of these things are happening. But first, of course, check out anything medically if you think that there's something there or you feel there's something there, to rule out that. And when you rule out that, then you have to understand that it is spiritual in the sense of that we are all going through this. Things are accelerating, things are shifting, you know, transforming, transmuting, transfiguring, transcending. We are going through so many things. And I don't want to say all this so that you get all crazy in your head about it. No. This is where you journey within and you start the spiritual contemplation. And what is in front of you right now is all you can deal with. What is in front of you right now. That's it. So is there anything specific, Dragon Song? Okay. Okay, let me do one question at a time. I'll just finish with Dragon Song. Okay, good. All right, that's what I'm saying. You rule that out. Okay, so I'll just give you a little bit of info on some of the work that I do, which is with the emotions. And this really is, from my perspective and through the work that I do, one of the main things that we need to work on right now is the emotions. Because the emotions, when you don't deal with the emotions, they block the meridians. Okay, we have 20 main meridians. So they block those meridians, and that stops the flow. And that's where and they're connected to those main organs. This is where you manifest illness. So the emotions are very important to deal with. And they may be crazy because there's ones that are releasing, it's shifting and letting go, or there's ones that you haven't dealt with, and we all have that. So this is some of the work that I do where and I work with these fragrances. They're fragrance alchemy. My teacher, Almeen, makes these, and so they are alchemy, and they are healing oils, and we use them for different things, but one of the protocols is to work with the meridians, to clear the meridians. One of the protocols with them is to clear the emotions from sexual abuse, and then there's working with the karma, the emotional, the karma, meaning that it may not all be from this lifetime, but from past lifetimes. And it's a very profound work, very profound. Actually, I just got a request to do another session today. So it's about a 3 to 4 hour session. It's individual to each person. I do it with them because then there's the alchemy as you work together. So it's very profound work. So to me, it's just telling you that there's emotions that need to be dealt with. And if it's something you want to explore with me later, that is my practice. Also, we could talk about that offline. No, you don't. Well, you feel very anxious. Not if you're an intuitive. Then a lot of the stuff. Please look at this. Anybody that's here that's in tune. If you're an intuitive, if you're sensitive, if you're clairsentient, clairvoyant, some of this stuff is not yours. You're an empath. I am. You're picking up other people's things. I'm not to say that some of it isn't yours. Some of it is yours, but probably most likely all of it isn't yours. See? So do you have a link for the oils? Yes, it's fragrancealchemy.com. I am a distributor, so if you come through me, you get 20% off through me. No, these are an essential oil. They're Egyptian oils. Actually, they're made. Almeen has them made in Egypt, though I believe she's going to start doing it herself from where she is. But then she gets them and she puts the alchemy in them, the healing properties, and it will tell you on the website what each one is for. And then there's different protocols that we can use with them. So, I mean, they are exquisite. I cannot wear, I've never been able to wear perfume, or I call myself clairsmelliant because I made that up because I smell etherically. This happened years ago when I was working with a specific modality. And so I started to smell, beyond this realm. And so I can't be around. So there's pluses and minuses. For me, everything's heightened and it's delicious. Like, I mean, it's just amazing. And then there's other smells you're just like, no, I don't want to smell them. So, okay, you check that out. And then I have my links listed here so you can check my website. But let me go back to, I don't want to bypass Brian's question. What do you mean the spirit leave or get taken? Are you talking about spirit was, in a sense, created by us? I'm not going to get too esoteric here, but does it leave? Do you mean if you leave this body? Does that part of your question pertain to that? Yeah, I get you. Yeah, because there's too much chemicals in there, and when you're sensitive to it, it just affects your body, affects your being. Oh wow, I've been on here for almost an hour and a half. See, when you're in timelessness, I don't think I've ever talked this long, with just me. Oh, okay. Okay, Dragon Song, that might be something we could talk about another time if you want. Yeah, most of my clients have the sexual or physical abuse there, and that actually just is in the second chakra. I mean, it's within your being, but it holds very strongly in your second chakra, which is your second chakra is your sexual chakra, but it's also your creativity chakra, and it is related to childhood. Wow, I think it's a little too big for me to explain spirit's attachment to our experience, because we've been learning. See, I still study with Elmeen, and she's always bringing through, we receive information and then it changes, because life is constantly changing. So we're always receiving newer information to understand the spirit. But I feel from my understanding that it's a construct of our mind. We are a soul more than we are a spirit. Like, I'll give you a different example, kind of maybe answers you or makes any sense to you. Is, for example, if you choose to leave this body, if you choose to go through what is the death process, then when you leave this body and you step into the next realm, the soul world, in that sense, it's also the dream world in a way. You step in there. You step into spirit status. Okay, so where you're not in the physical body, but you're in more of a spirit light body. It's a whole different discussion. I don't know if we're ready to get into that one right now, because there might be belief systems that could, people might get a little touchy about at the moment. Maybe I'll go with that and get a little bit more prepared with that to talk about that in another time. I don't know what I don't know what Akash is. Okay. All right, sweetie. All right. Well, thank you. I know you're an hour ahead of me, so I appreciate you staying on here. I personally would like to start kind of at 9 my time on Central Time, but have guests right now, so sometimes it's not easy because to have quiet around me. But I either come on at 9 or 10, depends what works in the evening. So I appreciate you being here, and hopefully you'll tune in again. And Dragon Son, you have your own channel as well. I know I'm subscribed to you. You're subscribed to me. We're supporting each other in this way. But if you would like to come on, like I said, I'm probably going to do Sundays where I'm going to invite other from my subscribers who are majority of them right now that I know of are YouTubers. So I have their own channel. So I'm going to invite you on to maybe chit chat. Okay. Oh, the Akashic Records. Okay. Well, that's changed also, Brian. That's also shifted. And that's a whole different topic. I think that you would be very interested. Maybe you should Google spiritualjourneys.com or Google Almine, Almine, because I can see that, and that's wonderful. But I think that you would be very interested to get quite deeper metaphysically. Hi, Riff, you're still here. What happened? Stone was there at the beginning. Did he leave? He's the first one that comes on, and I appreciate him, but he hasn't said anything, so I don't know if he's here. I know. If I may, is there a specific reason I feel drawn to connect with the higher spirit realms? Outside of the obvious? Because it's who you are? All right, let me see. Hi, Stone Cold. You're just being very quiet. You didn't. I was thinking, I feel like I need to pick a card from you, but I'm not sure if you really want one. Well, they definitely are speaking to you, Griff. Socrates. I want to say in Spanish, Socrates. They are speaking to you. And if you're already a Reiki master and you're already working with spiritual tools, so the realms are always there, and the realms are you. You are that. But yes, there are other beings that exist that you can't see in the hidden realms, but they are also us. They exist within us. So I think it just wants, it's time for you to, evolve a bit more, open up a bit more, expand your consciousness more, explore more. Now, you want a specific reason. It's time. It's time. It's time for many people. And those that have that awareness, even if you don't understand it, that's okay, because it's just mind's trying to understand it. But even if you don't understand it, you will be prompted. You will always be prompted. It's whether or not you pay attention, whether you suppress it or you express it. Who did I ask before if they had a brother? Because there's a very strong, well, I'd say it's strong, but it's subtle, male presence who's a brother to somebody that's here. And I'm not saying they're past or they're not. I'm just saying they're kind of making themselves a little known. I don't know whose card I was doing. Was it Brian? I don't remember. Could have been Brian. I'm just going to go to my email for a minute and see if she messaged me. Because I'm very surprised because she sent me a message earlier saying, I'm going to be there. And it's okay if she didn't. I just trust everything as it is. Oh, there she is. Oh, no. Oh, that's so funny. Well, it's not funny. Sorry, Lisa. All you had to do was click on the link and you would have came straight in and I would have just accepted you. That's it. So, okay, maybe we'll try it again the next day that I do this. All right, not a problem, Lisa. She said she's going to watch it instead. Okay, not a problem. So there you go. Everything's perfect as it is, you see? I asked Brian. Um, well, yes, there is. If you're focused on death. But yes, I mean, yes, if you want to understand. And I don't think we understand all that. We don't remember everything right now because remember we closed ourselves off from that. And life is just too big that really I don't think that we could, grasp everything at this time. It's little by little by little, some more than others, depending on your abilities. But there is no such thing as death in that sense. It's just transformation. I asked Brian. Yeah, I know. Yeah, there was a brother that was around. There was a feeling of a brother that was around when I did a card. So yeah, it was Brian. Thank you, Steve. Yeah. No, spirit's not really light body. This is your light body. It's just in a little denser form. This is also your soul. Your soul is housed within you. All right, let me see. Got to get the message over here. Oh, wow. So, okay, I'm not getting into that. It just looks like something that YouTube is starting to do now. What was I going to say? Stone cold, I think you're mysterious. I think you're intrigued, but you're like, I don't really know all of what she's talking about. I don't know, it could be wrong. But either way, I feel your support for being here. And so I know you have some curiosity. Oh, I'm going to reveal something. I have one little vice that I've had since I was a little girl because my grandmother, there's a television show that I sort of watch. And there was a character there that they called, well, his name really wasn't that, but someone used to call him that because of his demeanor. I mean, he's a good guy and everything, but his demeanor, so they call him Stone Cold. So you're making me think of this character. Shall we ring the bell, see if any other beings want to present themselves? I think I'm just going to stay on for maybe another 10, 15 minutes and see if anybody else joins or wants to ask a question. Well, you are welcome. And I suppose, who asked me yesterday? Because there was 3 Brians on here yesterday. And I said, I'm sorry, I cannot, this is not my area of any, I didn't have any knowledge about this, but because I'm reading your name again. I know what this means now. Men go their own way. Okay. And I don't know this movement. I don't know anything about it, but someone asked me this yesterday, and then they said wall at the end of it. Or maybe it was women go their own way. I don't know. I did do a quick Google, and because I was curious, and I was listening to someone talk about it. And at first I was like, oh, okay, they're just, they're in this realm. This is where their mind's at, and this is what they're talking about. It's not, I come from beyond that in a sense. That's not my focus at all. But I listened to it for a bit. And then afterwards, as the guy was speaking, he just kept going on and on and on and on and on and on. And I thought, it became almost garbled, like what he was saying. And I just thought, this is just a lot of duality stuff that people are just, getting themselves muddled in and thinking about and worried about instead of, tuning into who they are. So anyways, I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying you made me kind of divert for a minute to go explore this, new thing that I had no awareness about, that Coach Eli brought into my awareness. But that's his field more so than mine. It's not my focus. But you know what I will say? I like the other part where it says go their own way. Go your own way. I would say go your own way. And that is to be the authentic self. That's what I would say. You have to have a relationship with self first, before you can have a harmonious one with anybody else. Okay, I don't get into any other details about anything in particular, because I can only know myself. I can only work on myself, and I only can live for myself. And then when you are harmonious within yourself, that will emanate, and that will attract what resonates with you. At the moment, we have, as a species, been attracting that what in a sense is opposite to us, but it looks like it's the same, but it's not, because it's showing you what you are not, but yet you're engaging in similar, experiences of drama and whatever else that we have engaged in for millennia. It's time to come home. I just keep repeating this. It's time to come home to ourselves. And in that way, it will emanate outward. And then you'll start to see people of higher resonance crossing your path, coming into your life, connecting with you. And we won't have all of these dramas, emotional dramas that keep you on the merry-go-rounds. So, and that's what we call self-sovereignty, which is one of my cards here, so we'll see. Every once in a while I get that, because sometimes, you can get caught up in life and you forget, or you get too focused on something that you think needs to take place right now, and then you forget, So that's every once in a blue moon I actually literally get this card to self-sovereignty, which is to come home to myself. Thank you, Stone Cold. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. So let me ask all of you here a question. Does anyone, and I'm hoping, since this is really just my first time doing just what I call intuitive chat with me, so hopefully, as I get more comfortable and people tune in and they feel more comfortable to ask me questions, and I don't know where it can take, okay, but I can tell you it will take you beyond what your normal kind of life is or what you're maybe used to, but some of you, it may not be. You're already walking in these realms and living this way. But I would like to have a little more interaction, in the sense of, like, if somebody wants to come in. I think someone asked me last night too, do I take calls? No, I cannot take calls. I live in Mexico. Wouldn't be calling on this phone. So unless you want to come in and join me in a hangout, though I think I should chat with you before so I don't get any, ones that might not be the, right platform for them. So maybe we could just chat before, but if somebody does want to come in and have a little bit more personal chat about something, or, if you just want to be on camera and in the hangout, let me know. Oh, let me go here. Okay. Oops, I think I missed a question. Oh yeah, I did, but you know what? She went to bed. That's okay. All right. Okay. Well, maybe I'll message her later on that. How's everybody feeling? Everybody tired? Well, no. Brian isn't. I mean, Riff isn't because he's in Australia. um, Stone Cold, where are you? You didn't tell me where you are, did you? No. Just curious. You don't have to tell me. Is there anybody just sitting here very quietly and just looking at me or not saying anything? Yes, Steve. Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, you're working on that right now, aren't you? Baltimore. Oh, cool. Never been there. You're a late night. You're a late night person too, aren't you? I feel like you're a late night person. How well do you sleep? I'm just curious. Oh my goodness. All these cards came flying out. And it's a lot of the same ones I just picked for you guys. Interesting. All right, we'll put the cards to rest for now. And soon I will be putting myself to rest. This is and some of you might relate to this. This is me also stepping a little bit out of my comfort zone, even though I am, I think I'm pretty social in a sense, and I'm pretty open person in many ways. I never used to be, but through my own healing process, my own awakening process, I became more open and truthful. Well, good to hear, Steve. More power to you. But and I've wanted to do this and connect with people. I mean, this is how I work with people anyways. That's why I can live where I can live, because I work remotely, long distance, and I can do that. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to be able to do that. And many have told me to, go out there more and maybe to teach. And I don't really feel that I think we all teach and we're all students, there's time we reverse the roles, but I just feel more to share. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel more to share as opposed to teach. That's not what I feel to do. And this is the best way I feel that I can share. And so it was I've stepped beyond my comfort zone. And I'm still a little, maybe because I don't really have anybody talking to me directly, like personally, outside of chat, which I do this a lot too, and I don't have no problem because I can feel people. I don't have a problem with that. But it would be nice to have someone to chat to. What are you saying? What was that first word before Revelations? Blossoming. Blossoming. Yeah. That's really wonderful, actually. Blossoming revelations. So they're unfolding, coming to fruition. Contemplate. See where that applies in your life, or maybe start to be aware, because it might just be under the surface right now. It might be just starting to peek through, right? But it's just it's a trigger, it's something there for you to contemplate. Or it may, or it could inspire you because something is you already have that awareness of something in the works. So, and to be honest, and some of you probably already know this, I may be the person sitting here saying, okay, I'm the intuitive, I'm the empath, I'm a practitioner, because this is what I do, this is who I am. But all of these things can within you or exist within you also. You need to awaken to them. So I may be shuffling the cards, but the thing about it is we are connected and you have an input in this. It's really, I always say, because there are another set of cards, so I'll have to tell Dragon Song this later, but there is another. I'm also a high alchemy runes master, grandmaster. And so these are a whole set of other cards. It's called the Art of Self-Guidance. There's like 672 cards. And, when I teach this and I initiate people, and I say to them, it's you speaking, well, it says this in there, it's you speaking to yourself. Really. And in the oneness, makes sense too if you understand the oneness. We are all part of the oneness. Sunshine, come here. She has an obsession with doors. So now she needs to open a door. Come here. Yeah, you want to come? We're gonna say goodnight to everybody here soon. And yeah, you're gonna say goodnight too? You're gonna say goodnight too? You're gonna say goodnight to everybody? All right, let's say goodnight. Your buddy Steve is on there. Say hi, Steve. But you don't know him by Steve. You know him by his other name. Say hi. Hi. Say goodnight. We're going to say goodnight. We're going to go to bed, guys. Yeah, I can feel there's a melanin. Oh, wait, I just missed something here. Okay, sorry, I didn't see that riff. Hold on. Ah, that's beautiful. I like that. I like that. That's good. That's good. Our inner hermit's journey of self-empowerment. Yeah, that's wonderful. That's great. And I don't know if your group, does your group think that? Or I don't know, because to be honest with you, when I tuned in for like a few minutes that day when I first met Coach Eli, when he was live, and he said, this is what the group's more about, and it felt well, it was very male oriented, and that's totally fine. Some parts of it felt a little I'm not quite sure if that's where everyone's coming from, but anyways, good for you. Good, I appreciate it. And that might explain why a few of you here and the other ones are not here. So all answers lie within you. I'm just here to possibly trigger that to come up. That's it. That's it. And to connect. All right. Well, Missy's trying to get into the door, so they're trying to tell me that Sanchinita. Yeah, well, yes, Sanchinita. She's telling me that it's probably time for Mama to pay attention to me. And what does that say? Come here. Ellis, are you talking about Eli? Oh, I don't know. I don't know him that well. I just appreciate that he supported me and that he came on and helped me with the live stream. So I really don't know. I haven't heard from him, so I don't know. And I had a feeling afterwards that I wouldn't. But I say everybody has their journey. All roads lead back to yourself. So you got to be open to yourself. Be prepared. Who comes, which is you. All right, my lovelies. Wow, I'm almost on 2 hours, and it's almost midnight here, and some of you guys is later. And I want to thank you very much for being here, for your presence. Even if you were quiet, I can still feel you. And I always trust that, no matter who's there is exactly who's supposed to be there. So, and hopefully as time goes on, you guys will become a little more comfortable and maybe ask some different questions. in the spiritual realm of things, metaphysical realm of things. And, we'll see. Who knows? Who knows? Ma'am? Oh, goodness. Yes, well, I am. You're welcome. That's an American thing. Ma'am. I always feel funny when they call me ma'am, even though I'm not super young, but I never follow my age. But ma'am always makes me feel like, I used to call my grandmother, like grandma, ma'am. But anyways, thank you. I appreciate it anyways. Thank you very much. All right, I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. Stone Cold, Steve, Brian. Okay, guys. I have a feeling I have a feeling what you're kind of putting out there, but I'll keep it. Stone Cold. Sunshine, come here. No, you're not going in the closet. Yes, I'm older than you. From the South. What does that mean? From the South and 952. Oh, you're from the South? Okay. Anyways, let me thank everybody that's here. Brian, Riff, Stone Cold, Dragon Song, who's here, and I'm sure that Miss Aged Graceful is sound asleep. And I'll talk to her later. Thank you to anybody else who was secretly watching or tunes in later. Atlanta. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're from Atlanta. Okay. I've been through there many times on a flight connection. On a flight connection, but I've never explored it. So who knows, one day. Thank you. You're very welcome. So everybody have a wonderful night. I want to say sweet dreams, but we actually play out. Oh, see, Sunshine says we gotta go. We gotta go. In your dream time, pay attention to your dream time. You always, when you, maybe a little tidbit is that when you wake up, if you do remember anything, it's symbolic, and it's usually what you need to remember. You don't need to remember all the other details, but I get it. I know it's a sign of respect, and you're from the South, so I totally get it and appreciate it. I'm not criticizing. It's just I'm not used to it, and it always just to remind. Like, I'm from Canada, and so the only people that call anybody ma'am is like for the older people, and I have no problem with that. I have no problem with it. It's okay. But thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I'm going to say a good night to everybody. And I send you many blessings. And I think I'll probably be on. I won't be on. Oh, I could come on tomorrow. Oh, no. What day is it? See, I'm in timelessness. I don't remember what day it is. It's Wednesday or Thursday. It's Wednesday. I could come on tomorrow, but I won't be on Friday. And then Sunday, any YouTubers who want to come on and have a chat in the Hangout, share your channel, get to know each other, let me know. All right, everyone. Have a good night. Take care. Blessings. Bye.